this example, we're talking about the rule of complementary events. Okay, so over here, we have the rule of complementary events written. It says that P of A plus P of A complement equals 1. I want to remind you that capital P is for a probability. So this is saying probability of A plus probability of A complement equals 1. And I also want to remind you of the notation for complements. The A with the line on top of it, that is the notation for A complement. Okay, and remember, probability of A and probability of A complement are just real numbers. So we very well could just take this equation and subtract probability of A from each side, in which case we would have this form of the rule. Or we very well could subtract P of A complement from both sides, in which case we would have this bottom form of the rule. In other words, these three equations are really the same rule written three different ways. All right, here's our problem. Suppose a certain alarm clock has a probability of P equals 0.973 of working each time it is set. If you use this alarm the night before an important meeting, what is the probability it won't work? Okay, so there's a probability of P equals 0.973. It will work, and we're looking for the probability it won't work. Okay, now I want you to notice that the event of the alarm working is the complement of the event that it won't work. In other words, the alarm clock is either going to work or it won't work. It either will work or it won't work. So those two events are complements. So to solve this problem, we're looking for the probability it won't work. So I'm just going to call that probability of A. That's what we're looking for, right? The probability it won't work. And that's 1 minus probability of A complement. And remember, the complement of it won't work is the probability that it will work. So this is a very straightforward problem. So it's just going to be 1 minus 0.973. And if we do that, that is going to be 0.027. So that is the probability it won't work. And we found the probability it won't work using the rule of complementary events. And I just want to remind you of one other thing. If we add the probability it won't work, which is 0.027, to the probability that it will work, we should get 1, which we do. You can check. 0.973 plus 0.027 is indeed 1. Okay, so that's another way of checking that this is indeed the correct answer. 0.027 is the probability it won't work.